everyone, it's Audrey from Audreylynnstudiios on the west side of Canada near Vancouver. I'm going to try and hold this selfie stick still. I have a Glaze-a-long for you. It's for this mug. I love this mug. and so much so that I actually glazed it a while ago, but I just don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to sell it. Anyway, this Glaze-a-long I hope will be easy to understand to glaze this mug. All right, let's go. So I'm using Coral Ice Glazes SW205. And ooh, I hardly have any left. So what I think I'll do is just pour this in. There's not much left in there. And roll it around a bit. Pulling a Dante here. And then I'm going to need a brush to kind of coax it along. Now, normally I just paint 3 times. I give 3 coats on the inside. But let's try something different here. Okay, there we go. So, can you see that? Yeah, so I'm just going to stop it from pooling in the bottom a little bit. It probably won't matter too much because this acts as a celadon. Mako's ice glazes are their celadons. And so it probably won't bubble. Okay, let's move this out of the way so you can see something. So it probably won't bubble, but let's just even it out as it's drying here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oof, not much left in there. Gonna have to see if I have a spare one or if I need to order. All right. There you go. So I'll just let that dry and then come back. Okay, this is my full page glaze form, which you can get off my website, and I always link that in the description of my glaze-alongs. And what I'm going to put here for in was coral, ice, pour, 1 time. And the clay is 370. So first thing on the mug is right about, let's see, where do I want to put that? Yeah, pretty much right around the middle. I'm going to put, and this is step number 1, 1 time. Do I want 1 time or 2 times? Let's go 1 time. Light Flux by Mako. So here's their Light Flux and SW401. Give that a good shake. Oof. And a stir as well, just to make sure. When I'm finished for the day, then I'll clean all this up and let it settle back into the pot, but I'm not going to scrape it all in there now and have all of those big chunks in there. Okay, so it's going to go right about here. And I would say probably about that wide. something like that. Maybe I want 2. I'm going to change it to 2. So let's put that there. I'm going to mark that I've done 1 and change this to 2, and I'll just wait for that to dry and be back. Okay, second coat of flux. Let's give that a little stir. And I'm just going to avoid putting it in there where it's going to drip down and bubble in the handle there. So just going to keep it out here for now. Okay, here we go. And we'll mark that we've done that, which is very helpful because when you're 3D printing and building hand-built stuff and glazing over there, I don't know, my brain forgets all of a sudden. It doesn't take long. Okay, now step number 2 is 2 is the whole thing will be Amarillis. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at spelling Amarillis. Okay, here we go. And I'm doing 3 times. So now my Amarillis is very chunky, and coral ice glaze is the base of Amarillis. And since I'm running out of coral anyway, I am just going to pour it in my Amarillis. There we go. And I'll just order a new one. Now what I do with this is just leave it to air dry so I can make glaze chips. And I'll put that on the shelf later. All right, so let's take a chopstick, mix that ice glaze in there. Great. And cack on my brush, which usually I don't bother wiping it off, but sometimes it just bugs me. Okay, so let's paint the whole thing with the first coat of Amarillis. All right, and in here, keeping it kind of light in there, light application. And then I'm doing the handle as well. Light down here. Light here so it doesn't run off so much. And light in here so it doesn't bubble up in there so much. Just a little bit right here. Okay, I think we're, oh no, missed this. I think we're good. Now we just want to make sure we do, well, I'm doing the rim. There we go. Okay, so that, scoot that over there, will be coat number 1. Okay, another coat of Amarillis. light in there. Light here. All right, now I've kind of changed my mind. Again, sorry, knocked your stand there. There's some crystals that can go back on. Let's put them there. I missed here too. All right, so that's 2. Here. But I've changed my mind. I'm going to put 2 here because I've got a few crystals on here. However, number 3, I'm going to do 1 more just on top. So Amarillis times 1. Okay, let that dry and then we'll come back and do that. Okay, let's do that 3rd coat of Amarillis just at the top. So I can kind of see where that flux was, so I'm just going to go right up to the flux here. And I'm not going to go in there. There will be another color going on here, so I'm just going to keep that light, not go in there. I can go in here. Oh, I forgot to put flux on my handle. You guys are probably screaming at me. Oh well, whatever. We'll see what happens, won't we? Okay, there we go. And I'll put some more on the rim here. Great. Slide that over there and mark that we've done this. Okay, now we're going to use a brand new glaze to me. It will be sage gloss, and it will go from here to the bottom. And that will be 1, 2, 3, number 4. Sage gloss. Now, I got 2, and I think it's pretty solid, so I'm just going to go 2 times. And we're just going to see what happens. So, here we go. And Sage Gloss is SW514 by Mako. There we go. I'll just stick this over here for now. Okay, let's see. This brush, yeah. So I can see that light flux line right in here. You might not be able to see it, but I can see that it's raised a bit. So I'm going to be putting this Sage Gloss almost to the top of that light flux line or band. There we go. And I want to paint in here, just not too heavy. So I paint out here with my heavy load, and then once I've gotten rid of some of the paint off, then I'll go in here. Okay, and let's go from here. Now, don't forget we didn't put flux under there. I didn't put flux under there, so we'll see what happens. Okay, and in here, and as I go down, I've got less and less glaze on my brush, so just keeping it light in those areas we talked about. So there we go, that's 1. And so we'll mark that down. This we will let dry for glaze chips. And yeah, good for now. Okay, second coat of the sage gloss. Here we go, and I'm not even going to bother putting it in there. I will do the outside of the handle. And then lightly down here. There we go. All right. Right there. Okay, so then now I'm going to put a plastic on this jar and let that dry. Okay, now I'm just going to put a little bit more light flux on here. I am going to put it just a little bit under the rim. Just once, I think. And then a little bit just in splotches here, where the Amarillis and sage line is. Same here. There we go. And let that dry. Now I have one more step after that. So anyway, let's write that down. So kind of in here is, and we are on number 5, light flux one time, and we did that. And then here, number 6, light flux splotches times 1, and we did that. Okay. Okay, last little step. I have a stroke and coat here called Wine About It. And I just wanted something a little bit darker around the rim that's going to run. So let's hope it does. But all I'm going to do is just, okay, let's see. All I'm going to do is squeeze it right along the rim. And I'm hoping that light flux will pull it down a little bit. Just enough to give it a little bit of a dark rim. Yeah, I'm going to put it really light right here. I mean, it's really light anyway. It should be fine, but anyway. So let's write that down. Okay, so number 7, very rim, thin bead, S&C, wine about it. Okay, and here I'm going to put that it's going into a cone 6 firing with an 8-minute hold. And that's because I have copper float pieces going into that kiln as well. So anything that's going into this kiln at this cone 6 8-minute hold will be 370 clay, white stoneware, because I don't put anything else in there. It's too hot, it'll bloat everything else. So it's all 370 clay. And I'm trying to choose all glazes that are sturdy enough for that. I hope you enjoyed it. See this beautiful snowball bush? Oh my gosh, it's just so lovely. I just had to come out here. I don't know if I can show you. I did put up a short, but where's my little fox? Can't see it. Oh, there it is. Right here. There it is. Sorry for my sunglasses. I hope you enjoyed the Glaze-a-long. Let me know how you did. Peace out.